Hello, Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising sign. During the month of May 2023, you're going to experience a huge beneficial energy with Jupiter moving into a place that makes your love life, your relationships, and your business partnerships super powered. As well, you're going to get the really lovely benefit of your Lord Mars, giving you a very lucky, very opportune time in career, and can even impact your financial gain with some support from Mercury. We're going to talk about how that works this month. But before we get going, let's talk about the basics of who I am and what I'm doing. My name is Lori Lothian. I'm a whole sign house astrologer using the tropical Western zodiac, not sidereal. I am an asteroid junkie. And if you follow me by liking and subscribing, you're going to find that I talk a lot in my 20 to 30 videos each month about the asteroids and how those devil in the detail little 24,000 bodies can really influence how we understand the sky. I also encourage you to consider learning from me. I'm teaching Sky Reader in order to be your own astrologer and time your best life class. It's 7 weeks long. It starts in the May 6th, 7th. And if you want to check into that, we're live. We have replays. You get to keep the content forever. There's Q&As every week live with me. There's a support for your homework in a Facebook group. Really want you to learn how to do astrology enough to read your own sky successfully. This is not a professional astrology course. This is for you to learn. Good for advanced, for intermediates, low intermediate to mid to advanced beginners. Okay. If you've never looked at an astrology sky, you could try it out. You could definitely come. I try to teach the basics to get your feet wet. But anyway, check it out. Let's get going and talk and everything about me, readings, my blog, my Patreon community, all this stuff, because Patreon gets all content before you do. Everything is down below. Okay, let's get going. It's called the description box under the video. All right, let's get going and talk about the sky. First of all, I think I'll start briefly with Mars. I mean, it's important, right? Mars rules you. He's a ruler for Scorpio and Aries people. Your rising sign will always be more accurate in my humble opinion, but surely listen for sun and moon as well. So as this Mars transit is changing gears on the 20th of May, you're coming out of a time about 7 weeks beforehand in which Mars was moving through Cancer. Now, Mars in Cancer is not comfortable. It is your ninth house of foreign shores, foreign lands, foreign travel. It's things to do with book publishing, higher education, father and father figures, things to do with your spiritual beliefs and religious beliefs, etc. I mean, Mars up here could have cut away some of these things from your life, may have had you change direction in school, may have had you exit out a relationship with a father figure, may have been trying to get you to travel to a foreign country. But with his Cancer lack of dignity, maybe it was a bit of a bust, or you're going to have gone or will go, and there's some upsets there. I mean, watch for your digestion and don't get sick, because eeks, of course, eeks, you definitely have the potential there for digestive upset with Mars in Cancer while you're traveling any foreign country. But then he moves on the 20th of May and he heads into the sign where you want him to be for you to have some new directions and success in your career and work. When Mars moves into Leo on the 20th and will be there till around July 10th, you're going to find your career ambition, drive, and focus is intensified. You'll be working hard. You'll be ambitious. You'll be going for it. You'll have a lot of determination and willpower to succeed. But that said, it can also mean a change in direction, a change of orientation in the work career space for you. Sometimes people get fired. Some people step down or retire or leave their career space in your place of work, and then you could move up. You could get fired here, but I doubt it. I mean, Mars is the Lord of you, and it'll only get you fired if you're really in the wrong career or the wrong job. So if that happens, let go, let God. But for the most part, it's a positive, ambitious sort of intensity around your purpose and career stuff, the visible actions of the 10th house that you're taking in the world. Sometimes the 10th house can categorically mean your status in the world, and there could be a Mars change of status. So you're married, you're divorced, you're separated, you're living together, you're engaged, you're married, whatever. Those things can be under Martian renovation for sure during the 20th of May to like later on in June or July, beginning of July. So look forward to that. Now, the best news for you, of course, by far, is Jupiter, Santa Claus, Guru, Dispeller of Darkness, Mr. Luck himself, expansion, growth, and opportunity, moving into your marriage house. Now, this happens every 12 years. He's moving into there on May 16th. We'll be there until May 24th next year. This is going to really help your marriage relationship or your significant long-term committed love story really get going, amplify, and upgrade. It wants to bring you up to another level of, joy, prosperity with that person. And potentially, if you're dating, you'll move in. If you're moved in, you'll get engaged. If you're engaged, you'll set a wedding date. If you set a wedding date, you'll get married. Like, it's going to be all this kind of glow into the marriage space. Second of all, business partners belong there too. Same thing apply to business partnerships being very auspicious and prosperous. Legal matters, courts, signing documents. Jupiter sextiles the house of courts. He's in the house of legal grievance and vows. Those all go really well for you. So yay. And when Jupiter's here, unless you're in a really bad relationship, if you're in a terrible relationship and you just got to get out, Jupiter can help you end it well. Namaste, I salute the spirit within you, or blessed endings in relationships that are really not for your best good. If you reach out to marketplace audience and clients and the kind of work you do, then this amplifies your reach. And lastly, it brings you a lot of Jupiter people, powerful, wealthy, and or abundant, magnanimous people into your life. Teacher, guides, and gurus can show up in the next year with Jupiter in the 7th house. Now, Jupiter will be angular, so he can help you with new property purchases and sales, a better home. He can love you up in your career and reputation space, bringing you greater success in your 10th house endeavors, and he can help you fortify your health. And last but not least, Jupiter in your 7th helps your spouse or significant other benefit as well. They get more luck, they get more success in their story because of Jupiter moving through your 7th house. And if you're a single Scorpio rising, Jupiter here can definitely bring in a very powerful new committed love story in your sky. So look forward to that. In this month, Venus, the goddess of love and beauty and prosperity too, and luck, she's going to do something lovely, 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 moves into your 9th house. Now, this is really cool because with Jupiter in your 7th and Venus in your 9th, Venus will be there May 7th, then Jupiter catches up into the Taurus zone, which is her home. She owns the real estate on the 16th. That kind of means from the 16th to the end of the month, things like engagements, proposals, travel to foreign lands with a beloved, love in a foreign land, meeting somebody from a foreign shore that you fall in love with, successful visa applications regarding travel, things like that are really, really loving you up. Venus in the 9th house, May 7th through to June 5th, can be, first of all, it looks at your ascendant and makes you more healthy, more vital, more joyful. She's trining your ascendant. She also in Cancer can bring you like opportunities that are lucky for wealth. It's a wealth house. It's a luck house. So there's those stories ongoing here as well. Certainly a lot of her love is looking back at your Taurus zone in a sextile and trying to help you with 7th house matters. Again, legal agreements, contracts, significant relationships are blessed May 7th onward as Venus does her dance in your 9th house. There's a period of time, however, where Mars will still be there until May 20th, and Venus will be there with him. So from May 7th to May 20th, there's a sort of a hot tango between the cosmic lovers in your 9th house. This definitely can look for single Scorpios, like meeting somebody from a foreign land or foreign shore that you can deeply, passionately connect with, or in a academic setting, for example, or in a religious or spiritual group of belonging as well. And so there's a little bit of that vibe here also, if you're already with someone, of experiencing a very fun, very enjoyable travel and trip together somewhere. Usually the 9th house means off to a foreign shore. Foreign from where? From where you were born. And if you're in love with someone from a foreign land or have met someone that way, this is just a lot of passions percolating May 7th to May 20th. Mercury. Wow. Mercury retrograde, right? That's always been like something people are afraid of. I'm not. I love Mercury retrograde, but he was retrograde on the 21st of April and will continue to be so until May the 14th. May 14th, he stations direct in Taurus. Yes, your marriage house, your business partner, significant other, and legal agreements. He is a legal guy there. He likes to fine print. He will go direct. So legal agreements can really go well May 14th onward. If your Scorpio ascendant or sun and moon is near 5 degrees, give or take, let's say 5 degrees on either side, this could be very much some interesting news about your marriage or business partner. They have some news they're sharing with you. They have some exciting developments they want to tell you about. Or you got a lot of legal contract document signing stuff going on and it's feeling really good for you, like really successful. With Mercury forming a kind of love up to Saturn in your fifth house of children, maybe your partner's telling you that after all that hard work, you're finally pregnant, or both of you, or which of you is, or maybe there's a sense of some accomplishment with a creative project that leads to some kind of deal, a book deal, a music deal, or an art deal, or something like that. And it's very good also if you have your own business and then you've got some kind of new up level that is commercially successful regarding entrepreneurship for you, May 14th to the end of the month. Thank you, Mercury and Saturn. Now, the other thing I want to note is that Jupiter, as he enters into your Taurus zone, right? And it's May 16th that a year, he's going to bump into the North Node of Fate here. That's some powerful, intense energy, can bring incredible luck, even like an intense vibe of OMG, you can't make this stuff up, because Rahu North Node can expand Jupiter's goodness, right? A malefic planet getting expanded in some way and amplified and increased by the North Node. For you, it can very well open up some kind of really exciting opportunity for a business partnership or a new relationship, or your partner that you're already with, business and love, is having some amazing things happen the last week of May, but really getting more intense around May 28th to 30th into early June. Okay, so look forward to that. It's very auspicious and it's really intensifying toward the end of the month of May. Anything else I want to say about Mercury direct? Mercury's still going to be, I think, until about June the 11th in your seventh house. So negotiations, contracts, and deals, keywords, May 14th to June 11th, all got a direct Mercury superpowered action with significant co-love from Venus in the house of courts and legal matters. So these things are very great for you. Visas, court matters, court settlements, things like that. Mercury rules your house of inheritance as it goes direct in a legal house 7, connecting to Venus in the 9th. If you have legal matters around your inheritance, spousal support, alimony, palimony, or chunky money like that, this is going to work very, very well. It's a beautiful transit for successful outcomes where everything goes well and smoothly, that kind of thing. Okay, we're going to break the rest of the month down here and then we're going to finish up. Don't forget, if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, you've got a chance to do it now, and check my description box for everything I offer. So first of all, May 1st to the 2nd, let's start with that. Mercury will go into the heart of the sun in your marriage house at 11 degrees. Scorpio rising sun and moon near 11 degrees. It really impacts you more so. And it can definitely impact your marriage partner a lot. Some kind of breakthrough communication, insight, downloads coming through the 7th house. And this is also attended by, that Cazimi is attended by the energy, that's a Venus, that's Mercury with the sun exactly. At the same time, a Mars sextile Uranus. Now, Uranus, the god of the unexpected, has been in your marriage house for a while, 2019, so matter of free love, independence, interdependence, giving each other space, trying on some polyamory for some of you, like opening up the freedom vibe since 2019, or unexpected developments with primary love since 2019 for a lot of you Scorpios. But Uranus is there. What can you do? He continues to be there till 2026. But now, during the month of May, around the 1st and 2nd, Mars sextiles at Uranus. Mars in Cancer sextiles Uranus in the house of you. An unexpected travel opportunity, unexpected legal breakthrough, an unexpected academic acceptance, unexpected 9th and 7th house matters around the time of the Cazimi. So the Cazimi is quite magical, and I like it in the 7th because it does bless your significant other life as well. Partners. May 4th and 5th, Venus will sextile Jupiter. Of course, that's luck upon luck. Venus is now at that point, on May 4th and 5th, still back in Gemini. Now, Venus and Gemini, I had a whole video about it. That was Venus going through your chunky money house, stock investments, other stuff. I'm not going to go back over it, but she's still there May 4th and 5th in your 8th house. Love secrets, secret love relationships, even May 4th and 5th, she's still there, and she's in a sextile to Jupiter. She's coming into the late degrees, because don't forget, she will switch into on the 7th Cancer. So she's at the very tail end of Gemini, around 27 degrees, 26 degrees, 27, sextiling Jupiter at 27 7 degrees of Aries before he slides into your 7th. So there's an older story going on here between 6th house energies and 8th house energies. This is a money, work, debt house, paying off a mortgage, paying down a credit card. These are possible. Getting a bank loan, getting a crazy ass good mortgage, getting some kind of chunk of money coming your way, getting a greater promotion at work, getting some kind of great property development, at least property rent, things going on. May 4th, May 5th, Venus, Jupiter energy. There's a lunar eclipse on May the 5th. I'm going to do a whole deep dive video into that, but let's just say it this way. I want you to go back to October 25th, 2020, at about a month, 2022, at about a month. What were you doing? Because now May the 5th is a lunar eclipse in the same part of the sky, which is, yes, very much all about you. It's a Scorpio real estate. You are having another Scorpio eclipse. Now the eclipse is at 15-ish degrees of Scorpio. If your rising sign is 15 Scorpio, maybe 10 to 20 Scorpio, and same with your sun and moon degrees. And of course, you will feel the energy of the eclipse more personally than the other degree Scorpio people. Now, South Node eclipses are about letting go of an identity, letting go of who you think you are. Focus more on your partner, your business, your clients. Don't be so self-absorbed. It's a little bit of a spiritual transit, spiritual awakening, surrender, letting go, letting God. All of that's been happening to you now for quite a while. Eclipses energetically begin to really pick up speed here all through 22 into the middle of this year of 23. This May eclipse can still unfold throughout all the way till October of this year. Big change in your identity. Okay. But of course, it depends on how close your ascendant sun or moon is to that degree, how much you'll feel that eclipse. Okay. Sun can be about dad and dad figures, and mom and mom figures is the moon. So it may not even be about you. It could be about one of your parents or father, mother figures in your life. Ascendant people, it is about you. This eclipse, though, which I'll deep dive into later on, right? I'm not going to do it now, is the last eclipse in Scorpio. So you're kind of done with eclipses in the house of you after this eclipse. On May the 9th and the May the 10th, there is a conjunction between the sun and Uranus. Happens every year. It's not rare, but it's been happening since 2019 in your marriage house. This is not necessarily bad or good. It's just, it could be a career change, a father figure, a sudden event with a father figure, a sudden career event with your partner that's surprising and unexpected, some kind of father figure or masculine figure, and change and significant other energies, business partnership energies as well, playing out on the 10th and the 9th. It's happening at 18 degrees of Taurus. If your ascendant's near 18 degrees or your sun and moon is near 18 degrees, you feel the reverb a lot more. May the 10th to the 13th, we have a very auspicious triangle in the sky, and it's called a mini grand trine. It's like a tiny little sextile, and trine binding together, and it's very auspicious, but it's very soft energy. It's not going to knock your life upside down, but it will bring you some positive things. It's Mercury sextiling Saturn, Mercury sextiling Venus, Venus trining Saturn creates the triangle. Let's talk about what that could do for you in particular. Now, Mercury, well, the god of marketing, commerce, and communication, all right, and sociability and all of that, sextiling Saturn. Mercury is in the 7th house. He will still be retrograde. He doesn't go direct to the 14th. So just as he's getting ready, he's moving very slow, very, very slow to turn around and station direct. His story is, let me talk to Saturn in your 5th house. Well, let me talk to something to do with your muse or your independent business enterprise or your children or your lover, and have a conversation around something important, especially around things to do with enduring love as well, because Saturn represents commitment. Or pregnancy and children, these conversations around the 10th to the 13th. But at the same time, Mercury also sextiles Venus, the god of fertility, in the 9th house. So there could be conversations about pregnancy, children, family planning. There also could be intense and positive energies, very flowy energies around leisure travel, foreign lands, maybe with a significant other, opportunity to learn or educate yourself in something you have a natural talent in, and you want to amplify that learning, and you're going to kind of make the deal to settle in with a mercurial teacher, all that kind of thing. Your partner, like your significant other, if you have one. If you don't have one, this could bring a significant partner because of travel or academic settings. But if you have somebody in your Scorpio rising, then this could be some really positive news that impacts your main squeeze, your significant committed partner. It can involve visas, travel, foreign lands. It could involve things to do with play, joy, pleasure, money, luck, and things like that. Both, for the most part, if you had your own business and you're entrepreneurial, this is really positive for that as well. You could have some really financial glow up around your entrepreneurial endeavors, especially if any of this involves book publishing, another meaning of the ninth house, or lots of luck and love and goodness going on for you and your marriage partner, especially if it's a third marriage partner. Last but not least, grandchildren. Like, Venus is a fertility goddess and she's in the grandchildren house. She's trining Mercury, Saturn in the house of your own children. For some of you Scorpio rising people, there could be news about a birth or pregnancy that will be about the focus word being grandchildren. Let's keep moving on. And then we have the 14th, the 16th of May, there's a Mars trine Neptune. Mars trine Neptune is spiritual warrior, alchemical, magical energies, higher love meets great action and action energy. Mars, yes, swimming out of dignity in the sign that he's not comfortable in. Just before he leaves that sign, he's still there. He's still in Cancer, but he's in a flow to Neptune and Pisces. And so Mars in the late degrees of Cancer flowing to if you have a late degree Scorpio rising, let's say anything 25 degrees onward, this is going to form a grand trine to your rising sign or your Scorpio sun and moon in the 25 degree onward placement. A lot of love for you in the sky from this Mars Neptune energy. Now, a dreamy, amazing opportunity to travel abroad, a dreamy, amazing court outcome that you couldn't imagine, a dreamy, amazing development of pregnancy, children and grandchildren, or things like that. Because Mars is all about action, though, there's another element here. Like Mars is pressuring action from you in some way, but in a positive and a nice way, because he's flowing to your ascendant. And Neptune is about the visions, the goals, and the dreams. Some of you, if you have anything to do with book publishing or creativity and art, and you're trying to really make something happen here, this is a really good time. So look for some breakthroughs in your art, your creativity, your muse energy, or your independent business enterprise, especially with the word international. You may break through to an international audience or something like that. So look for that window of yay. The only other option I can say is you're going to sign up for some kind of skills-based learning that is a natural artistic talent you have, and the breakthrough energy for success, say getting accepted, and is the 14th to the 16th of the month of May. Later on, we're hitting a really rough patch of sky collectively on the 14th to the 22nd even of the month of May. We have a Jupiter square Pluto. Well, at the same time, Mars gets in the mix from Leo. Let's talk about it. And a lot of the intensity will focalize around the 18th of the month with the square to Pluto from Jupiter. Did I say Jupiter? So Jupiter squaring Pluto. Okay, this is definitely a power, two pieces of power fighting about something. Pluto power, dominating, controlling, power, and Jupiter more the good king power, squaring off with each other. Where Jupiter is the house of your marriage partners and your business partners and your legal matters. Whereas Pluto entered into your fourth house of property, land, and real estate. There can be some really gritty stuff around legal matters to do with property, home, real estate, legacy, wealth, and inheritance. And there's some kind of dispute or disagreement because the seventh house can be legal as well. Or there's something your main partner's going through that looked like an opportunity, but leads to crisis, especially around wealth that belongs to property, land, real estate, or inheritances. At the same time, then Mars gets into the mix on the little bit later on the 20th as he slides into Leo. And as he goes into Leo, he also mixes in to make a T-square because he's opposite Pluto and squaring Jupiter. And this is another little bit of grit that creates a discontent. How does the oyster create the pearl every time? The oyster creates the pearl from a grit of discontent. A little bit of sand gets into the shell and the oyster covers it up to protect itself. And then that creates the thing we call a beautiful pearl. That's what I think T-squares are like. Well, where's the Leo zone of your chart? It's your career space and your reputation space. Now you do have Athena, who's very lawyer-like, traveling up there, and that can definitely double down on this legal energy that's going on between home, career, and partnerships of some sort. And this is really intense around with the Mars add in around the 20th to the 22nd, 23rd. So there's a lot of grit there. You're going through it. We're all going through it in a different way. Because Jupiter rules teacher guide, maybe even advisor. You may be disagreeing with a teacher guide advisor about career matters, about home matters, about property matters, about real estate matters, and all of that. This too shall pass. All right. There's no doubt about it. But Mars in the 10th house, yeah, it could be somebody getting fired at work, or you're leaving your job in a huff because there's power struggles with a significant boss or a client. Another story could be a client or customer bad mouths you and you have a big conflict at work because of it. Or you're trying to change your home, buy or sell a property, and things like that are really highly active as well. And it's kind of tension with what the lawyers, the legalese, etc. I'm not sure where to go with it. A lot going on because Pluto's in a legacy wealth house. It can bring inheritance and all of that. Some of this may be family money issues and disputes around that as well. Then that ends, and we have a new moon coming through as well on the 20th of May, overlapping the gnarly sky. The new moon is at 28 Taurus in your significant other house. New beginnings over 6 months with business partnerships, marriage situations, significant committed relationships. A new beginning is happening here, and it will take up to 6 months to show you the full fruiting of it. Again, with Jupiter here, some of you are going to propose, some of you are going to move in, some of you are going to upgrade, or some of you are going to meet the one you're with for the first time, the one you should be with. At the end of the month, Venus will come into a flowing relationship called a sextile to Uranus. This is May the 25th and 26th. This is a lucky money or love break. It looks positive, feels good. There's nothing to complain about here, but there is the element of surprise. This is going to be, oh, I didn't expect that, because the ninth house is involved, unexpected money things with courts, unexpected developments with education, unexpected developments that are positive with a book publishing deal. This could be getting an agent, for example. This could be getting an editor. This could be getting a new publisher. All of this is super, super yay. And with the Venus sextile Uranus, May 25th and 26th, your partner could have a surprise opportunity to travel, go back to school, learn something, educate themselves, or have some money coming from a third marriage or a father-father figure. It may not be about you. It could be about your partner, but it's positive, ending the month strong with that positive development. There is a square at the end of the month, Sun square Saturn. We haven't seen this in 30 years because Sun, goes every year into a square to Saturn, not when Saturn's in Pisces. This is brand new. Sun square Saturn in Pisces is going to happen on the 28th and the 29th of the month. Well, this could be tension with a child, tension around pregnancy and getting pregnant, if that's something you're trying to do, or tension around shared money and resources with a business or love partner, shared money, tension with money stories with a child or children, difficult and challenging circumstances that come up around father figure, money, and constriction. But Saturn is trying to push for some kind of stable outcome, and the Sun is kind of doing its thing in your 8th house. Don't invest in an early stock. Do not go speculative. 8th house and 5th house together can be speculative stock investments. And with the square from Saturn, Saturn's putting on the brakes. Do not do anything radical in that area of your life as a Scorpio rising, especially. All right, Scorpios, thanks for listening. This has been a blast to connect with you. I'm recording on April 21st. Patreon gets us 2 to 4 days before you. In this case, 2. If you want to join my Patreon community and get ad-free content and everything I do up to even a month before, you get early dibs. Just think about it for $5 a month. Subscribe, unsubscribe if you don't like it. And $5 gets you 2 live calls with me every month in a group setting. All right, we're done. We're done. Thanks for listening and wishing you the best in May of 2023.